You real quick.
No, you're on live.
Okay, awesome. Great.
Okay. Hey everybody, this is Al Spath. I'm on live here today with Sky from California, and this is his first time doing this. He's at Tanzanite at ACR or True Poker, as you're looking at on my screen. He is going to be this frisky Miss Key up here.
Yep.
And Sky, you'll have to tell us what your cards are.
All right. Right now I've got a 4-3 offsuit. I'm just gonna fold it.
Okay. And how
Not
long you
gonna
been
not
playing?
gonna
How long you been
Oh,
playing?
I've been playing poker since 2002 thereabouts. Started with live games. I didn't get online until about '08 or so.
Okay, okay. And what's your website or your Facebook page?
Yeah, well, the Facebook page is just facebook.com/smartpokerstudy, and my website is www.smartpokerstudy.com. And
Yeah.
I've also got a YouTube channel, which is just Smart Poker Study again.
Cool, cool. And I know that from just meeting you the other day, you did a video for me, which I put up. I shared again this morning with some folks who also shared it with some folks on their page too. You put together some matchups of hands pre-flop for me.
Mhm.
One of my clients was requesting it, and you put it together really fast and really super. Thank you.
Well, yeah, you're welcome. Absolutely, I was happy to do it. It gave me a little challenge, something new to do. I've got a 10-9 off here, facing an open from Swiveling Swine. I'm just gonna fold that
Sure,
there.
sure. It's not very good hand, and
No.
you're facing a raise. You're looking at someone that's saying he's got a big ace or he's got a pair.
Hmm.
You're so far behind. If this was a more passive table where you weren't having raising or somebody min raised and you had a couple of callers before you, then maybe you might consider playing the 10-9. But in this
Yeah.
situation, it's a fold 99% of the time.
Yeah. I gotcha. I agree. Good.
So your aspirations, I understand that you want to do more in the video line, but do you want to do any broadcasting? Because you got a great voice for it.
Yeah, I do want to. I'm gonna get into Twitch soon. It's just a medium that I just haven't pursued yet. I've watched a few of your Twitch streams along with a few other poker pros and coaches out there. Watch theirs, and it's something I'm gonna get into. Just haven't done so yet.
Now, normally I do full flush poker for the folks over at Heartbeat Poker. They're putting together on my OBS a nice layout right now so that I can broadcast on it. But
Hmm.
they are also looking for broadcasters, and in January I'm going to start running a class. I run classes right now where I'm teaching people how to play poker, but I'm going to teach them how to Twitch, not the setup and everything, but how to get on there and carry the conversation and what people are looking for and how to take the questions from the chat and integrate them into the conversation so that it's not dry and it's not a dead period of time because
Yeah.
you're the only one talking a lot of times. Now what I've done is I've taken people on like you with Skype, so they're hearing two voices. And also in January, I'm doing what we call a 50-50. I'm bringing two people in on a lesson. They're going to both pay X amount of money. It's $50. And one person's going to do the lesson with me shadowing, but there's going to be another person there shadowing and asking questions. And then we'll flip it on another day. The other person will sit and myself and the other person will share. So for the $50, they each pay the $50. They're going to get two sessions out of it, which is a dynamite deal for them. So it's a
Oh yeah.
50-50. And because sometimes when you're playing, you don't have a lot of time to react, and you've
Mhm.
got to decide, what should I do here, and how do I do it, and I don't want to make a mistake, and and on top of that, they're videotaping this. Oh my goodness, what do I do?
Yeah.
What do you
And
get?
that last hand I folded was a deuce three offsuit, and this is a queen five suited. I'm just gonna
Okay,
ditch it under the gun too.
right. I work with a young man today from. He's in Cambodia. He's Polish, but he's living in Cambodia. And we did a session this morning, 10 o'clock my time, which was, I think, 8 or 10 o'clock his time at night.
Oh.
And he has been grinding away at poker stores at the 2 cents and at the 5 cents. He just getting killed at 5 cent, 10 cent, and So I watched him play for a while, and I pointed out a few things to him, and he's not that bad. He's watched a lot of my videos. He's watched your little video presentation the other day and several other ones. They really like those 5 minute or less videos because people can play them over and over again. They don't want things really drawn out, and you did a great job of that, keeping it short and sweet the other day. But anyhow, then I took him to 10 cent 25 to show him that he could play it, and it's a lot easier putting players on hands. You have a hand here?
Yeah, well, I have a king four
Okay.
suited.
Okay.
Smoothie, this guy, I use Poker Tracker 4 as my HUD,
Uh-huh.
and he is a 10-6 player over 31 hands. It's a small sample, so he's rather nitty. His open here in early position means that he's got a really strong hand, and while I do have a suited card with a king, I feel like I'm dominated most of the time, and I'm just gonna fold this one here. I'm not gonna defend the BB versus an early raise with just a king four suited.
I totally agree with you. You're out of position, your cards are not good, and you're facing a raise. That's three negatives. I can't
Yep.
find a one positive in that whole situation, so it makes it real easy if people would just do that. Just,
Mhm.
what's the pluses, what's the minuses, what's the credits, what's the debits, and if there's more on the debit or the minus side, then forget about it. It's a marginal hand. You'll get another hand in 25 seconds. Just sit back and relax and watch things. But anyhow, I took him up to 10-25, and I had him put 25 at the table. And I said, look, anything you win, you keep. Anything you lose, I'll give you back. And so I said, I'll make the decisions on what to do. You'll do it for me because he was on his computer. And he had to play. He had to understand I was going to play really extremely tight, which I wanted him to do if he went up there, and to put players on hands and kind of get the feel for it. Anyhow, we went around the table a couple of times, and we only got, I think, an ace 10 to play once, and I think we got one ace king and a pair of fives maybe. That was it. Everything else was nothing we could play. And I walk. Oh, you're raising here. You must have. Let's see here. Late position. Don't tell me. I'm going to say that you have king queen, maybe ace 10. What do you got?
It was pocket aces.
Pocket aces. Now see,
Yeah.
even though you went 75 there, it's most people are going to put you on a lesser hand, so you might want to went 60 cents there and try to bring somebody in.
Mhm.
You don't get that many premium hands, so you really want to get paid for them. You just don't want the blind money. Yes, some people are going to say, well, if you let people come in, they're going to crack your aces. Well, I'm not saying let them come in with a limp. I'm saying if you made 60 cents, the big blind still got to call 35 cents. If
Yeah.
they get you, they get you. Now you come
If
back
they
to
get you.
back. It's doubtful you got aces or kings here or queens. So I'm going to put you on ace jack or ace queen here and see where you're at.
Well, it's a king seven suited,
Uh
and the main
oh.
reason I'm raising here is because I have three tight players behind me: a
Uh,
12-9, a 12-9, and a 6-4
okay. Well,
over 30, and then a 34, 34, and 50 hand sample. So it's not a lot of hands, but these guys are tight. Generally, this guy Smoothie who just called, he actually folds 100% of flops, which is just 1 out of 1 actually. But Jack 9-7, it does hit his range, but I'm still going to throw out a C bet here. I did have a pair. You know,
7.
I have a pair right here, so I'm just going to try to bet and get him off of his hand. He's a tight player in general, so we'll
And
see what he
you,
does. If he comes
well,
over with a raise, I got to figure him for a jack, maybe even a set. He might have called with sevens or nines or something, so I'm just not going to continue here. I'm going to ditch it with my bottom pair overcard kicker and no flush draw.
yeah, I would think that if he called your bet from back there out of position, he might have even had something better than just the ace jack there. He may have had something like pocket queens, and because he was out of position, he just wanted to see what kind of flop would come, make sure no
Hmm.
king or ace came on the flop, and then take it from there. That's just
Yeah.
what I would think maybe. The third time in a row you raise, but you're open with a wider range, and you got those three tights behind you. So maybe king. I gotta widen it up and look at king 10. I gotta look at ace 10 for you, and maybe pocket sevens. What do you got?
Yeah, those hands you just mentioned are definite opens. This is a pocket nines right here.
Pocket nines. Okay, it's the same thing. Mid pair sevens. It fits in
Yeah.
that same category. All right.
Yep. And you had mentioned earlier, see, one of the things that I'm trying to work on is my bet sizing. You had mentioned when I made it 75 cents with the pocket aces, that
Mhm.
that's maybe a little bit too big, that I want these nittier guys in the blinds to come
Yeah.
along.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. Um, I definitely wanted a call there or even a re-raise if they had a good hand, But it just I hesitate to tailor my bet sizing pre-flop based on my hand strength. Just
Well, that's
because I think I get into patterns, and when I get into patterns like that, I think smart opponents. Now I know this is only 10-25, but there's plenty of regs at these levels. But I mean, smart opponents can pick up on sizing tells, and I pay attention to sizing tells for my opponents, and I it's just something that I need to work on adjusting my pre-flop sizing because I'm pretty standard. If I'm opening, it's normally just 3 BBs. It's just the way I do it so that they never really know what I have.
I totally understand what you're saying. What I'm saying is that if you're in late position and you have those, whether you have a good hand or you're stealing, I still think you could probably get away with 60 cents rather than the 75. I think you
Hmm.
could standardize it like that. But I think at early position when you're coming in, I think it should be the 3 BBs, the full amount, because you've got so many people that act after you. So when they see you in early position, put 75 in, they know that it's a standard for you, and when you put 60 opening from late, they see it's a standard for you. It's not like you're changing it because the hand is better or worse or anything like that. It's not an indicator to them for anything. So I think I would recommend to anybody that's listening here, if you're in an early position, to make the bet and keep it consistent, but make it a little bit larger.
Yeah, that does make sense. It's something I just need to work on. It's one of the many weaknesses of my game. I'm pretty decent about adjusting my bet sizing pre-flop to
What
king
was
10
that?
off here. I'm just going to ditch the king 10.
Okay.
So I tailor my bet sizing post flop quite a bit, but pre flop not so much. And I understand. Yeah, I agree with you. It's something I need to work on, especially in the later positions with those nut hands like that. I mean, it was a shame that these guys folded to my ace ace.
No, I totally I understand that. It happens all the time. But getting back to that guy this morning, if you're not playing his hand, are you in his
This is
hand?
a ten
No.
six
Okay.
off. I'm not definitely
All
not
right.
opening.
He played, I guess, maybe 25 minutes watching me play or telling him what to do, and he had no problems with it. It was a little boring because a lot of hands that got thrown away. But I told him now he should start at the 5-10 where he's at, but every day that he has some time, go up and play for 20 minutes at the 10 cent 25. Get the feel of it. Play tight.
Mhm.
Don't go on any adventures. I even showed him how I would play a hand like 5-3 suited under the gun, and he said, "Oh no, you can't do that." And I showed him how I play it and how I raised and how I got no callers and or how I would have continuation bet it if high cards would have came. And I said these are strategies that you want to learn later. Right now you're learning the basics. But I want you to know that these are out there. These kind of tactics that people use against you right now. So just play it straight, play it straightforward. If tight is right, and stick to that, and be aggressive when you play.
Yeah, I've got to agree with you there. That's what I do when I first hit this 1025 level. Most of my play right now is at 510.
Mm-hmm.
But for 25 NL, that was when I first started playing it. That's what I was doing. I played probably like, a very nitty 10-7 style, opening, or playing 10% of hands, opening 7% total, that kind of a thing. Let me see here. This guy is getting to be a loose aggressive player. He just min opens, and I've only got a 4-6 off. But it cost me 25 cents to win $1.10. So it means I need to win a little bit less than 20% of the time. 4-6 off can do it, but I'm not gonna play a 4-6 off here.
Now,
It's just
see,
not a great hand.
your analysis was spot on. My only problem is that when you're down here, it's that 4-6, that 8-7, that 9-8, that 10-8 that hits something that really can take somebody's entire stat. So you
Mhm.
were, yes, out of position, and it was going to cost you a quarter to get in there.
Mhm.
Sometimes it's worth taking a shot at it and seeing if
Yeah.
you can flop two pair, an open-ended straight draw, or something like that.
Yeah.
So you're going to steal
Um,
here with just a rag ace,
yep. No, Rag King, actually.
rag king.
Yeah, it
Okay.
is just a steal. This guy has folded 3 out of 3 to steals so far,
Uh
and
huh.
he's a very nitty player at 10-8 are his stats, VPIP and PFR. So I'm just gonna take advantage of his nitty stats here and see what he does. Hopefully he just folds. It's just a pure steal, pure bluff steal.
Rob is in the chat asking who the guest is. I introduced you early on, but might want to repeat that for Rob or anybody else that's listening now.
Yeah, absolutely. My name is Sky Matsuhashi. I live in Fresno, California. I have a website called smartpokerstudy.com. My Twitter is at smartpokerstudy. YouTube is smartpokerstudy. I mean, everything is smartpokerstudy. But I have a blog and a website. I make videos. I'm going to be having a new podcast. I'm going to call it In the Money Poker Podcast, and that's going to go live on January 4th. I've already got some episodes recorded, and just practice episodes and stuff. But I'll release that starting January 4th. So that's basically what I've got going on right now. And I've been an online player since I think it was about '08 or so, and I was a live player and home game player from about '02 to '08. Now mostly online. It's just so much easier just playing online as opposed to getting up and going to a card room and sitting at a table for 5 or 6 hours and seeing a fraction of the hands you can see as you can online.
So Sky is again Frisky Miss Key. As you're looking at my recording here, and he does have, if those of you like Rob that's going to always make this comment, he does have the voice that you want to hear. And Noodle the River just came in. He's going to be taking some classes with me possibly, and he wants to be a Twitch person, and he wants to train and be a coach. So I'm going to open up some slots in January for some people that just want to learn how to coach and how to fill the time and how to integrate, the chat, everything together and make for a good broadcast. And he's one of the
Awesome.
guys that's looking into that as well. You've got a terrific voice. You've got to make as many people hear that as you can.
Thank you. Yeah, it's something I do want to do. I want to get out there more, put myself out there more. That's one of the reasons for the podcast as well. Um, you know,
Oh, you went blank.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, we can't hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a queen 5 off. It's just terrible hand folding it.
Right.
And looking around the table here, so all in, that's seat one, or from what I'm looking at, seat one for me. He's a very nitty player, as is Smoothie Time and Kimberly, 3 big time nits right here. And then the guy to my direct left or direct right, Maya Kiddo, is a very it was only 11-7 VPIP and PFR, a nit as well. But we do have Swiveling, who is kind of getting to be a lag. He's a 32-19 player, so he's pretty active. And we have what looks like a reg player over here in Radar. He's playing an 18-14 style, so he's a pretty tag player, as is Rakuma 1916. I've seen Rakuma on a lot of different tables here, so he's a multi-tabling reg. So my main target at this table is Swiveling Swine. I want to get into hands with him, and a lot of the stealing targets, even though they have position on me, are All In, Smoothie, and Kimberly.
Okay, so you've played against this one Radar one before?
Just 149 hands.
You have played against him then?
Yeah.
And you've got stats that
I don't remember. I don't have any notes on him.
Uh-huh.
So whatever he did in the past wasn't too memorable to me. Maybe we haven't mixed up any hands, been at the same table but never played together. So I don't have any notes on him.
Okay, well that's me.
Oh, is that you? Okay, great.
And I don't play over here that often, so those are from a long time ago notes. So I don't know when we played or anything like that, but that's that's me. So what we're gonna do now is
No, I apologize. I'm sorry. Radar, yeah, that's you. The HUD stat, you just joined the table, huh?
I just joined.
Okay, yeah, so the HUD stats that I was looking at was from the player before you. I don't have any hands on you because the HUD stats just disappeared on you. So now I know, that's not you.
Okay, so this is what we're gonna do during your session here. The people that are watching can see my cards, of course, and when you get your cards, I'm going to let you bet or whatever. If you bet, I'm going to talk, and I don't want you to say anything about your cards if I'm in the hand, or if I say I'm out of the hand, then of course you can tell everybody what you have. And same thing is if you fold, don't say what you folded, and I'll say what I have and what I'm going to do and why I'm going to do it. So they'll get double the action but there's no collusion or anything like that involved.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay?
That works for me.
And then when you get a chance, there's a lot of people that don't use HUD that will be watching this. Some of the terms you used, you might
Oh,
want to
okay.
explain them just briefly, and that would be a great another video that you could do is showing the videos
On the basic HUD
of the
stats.
best and how you use that and what have you,
Okay.
because nobody's really done that to my satisfaction out there. So
Okay.
I've posted here. I'm in a. Oh,
Do you generally post when you come into a table? Because I
if
normally
I
just
come
wait
in
for the
behind,
big blind and
if
kind of
I come
watch
in
the
behind,
action.
if I come in behind the button, I do.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, I generally just wait for the action. Or I just wait and watch the table for a little bit, and then just come in on the big blind. There,
You cut out again,
and I'm definitely folding too. I've got 3-10 off.
and I've got King 8, and
Good.
so a lot of times and because I'm on the button or next to the button, I did it. A lot of times when a person posts and then checks, you just assume they don't have anything. So if they post and then they raise, a lot of times the players that are watching at the table, a lot of people are multi-tabling,
They
they
give
know
them
that
credit.
person really picked up a decent hand.
Gotcha. No,
Uh,
that totally makes sense.
And Rob Gegg's comments was, "Who is Radar? He stinks. He's horrible." Okay, so you're going to raise against this tight player here. He's only going to play back at you if he's got something.
Exactly. Yeah, I've got a king 10 off here, so I'm just making the same play I did the last orbit, or it might have been the orbit before, whatever, when I was in the small blind and him in the big. So we'll see what he does again. He might just keep giving it up. And he might be multi-tabling. I mean, taking
Uh,
this long to fold.
yeah. All right, I'll be folding, so you can tell us if you're playing or not.
We'll see if it comes to me.
Okay. I mean, what
Well,
do you
I've got a
have?
7-5 off. If it comes to me, these two are very nitty. What? Oh, I pre-clicked fold.
You
So
had a
no
seven
chance
five
there.
seven five off.
Yeah, 7-5 off. I had pre-clicked fold as soon as I saw it, and then I started talking and forgot to unclick it. So
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I do that. Like right now, well, I won't say what I've got because you're still in the
That's
action.
right.
Oh, we've got a raise from Rakuma and a 3-bet. Definitely folding it out. I'll tell what I had later because you're still in the hand.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna
you're making
think.
a smaller size 3-bet. A
I'm thinking you
normal.
had pocket
I'm
sixes or something like. Don't tell us, but I think you had pocket sixes or something like a king jack suited or a king queen. But you can tell us after this hand's over. That's what
okay.
I'm thinking. Just from I'm trying to interpret your voice.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I'll tell you when the hand's over, but I'm
Okay.
kind of thinking right now, you made a smaller than usual 3-bet. I don't think you want him out of the hand. You want him to call, even though, I mean, I don't know what kind of stats or if you even use a HUD, even though he is a reg player. I'm thinking you wanted him to call, and on this kind of flop, um, you'll probably go for some value here. Oh, looks like you want him to fold, making such a big bet.
He's
You
got
have ace, king, ace,
$11
queen.
left. I've got a 9-10 suited, and
Oh, 9-10. I was thinking ace, king, ace, queen. You wanted
no,
him to fold, but
no. I wanted him to fold there.
yeah, initially that the size of your 3-bet made me think that you wanted value. You had pocket nines or better, something like that.
I think he had probably 10, maybe jacks or something like that, and he had a clear with the two threes and the 7 on the board. He was clear to go. He just wanted to get my money in the pot. If he came out betting, I probably would have folded there.
Yeah,
And so him check raising me, he got $3 that he wouldn't have got if he bet out.
yeah. This hand just now I folded a jack deuce. And the hand before, I was just talking as after you made your 3-bet before I made my play, but I just had to do 6. I mean, it was an auto
Oh, nothing.
fold. I
Okay.
was just in the middle of talking, about your hand, so I didn't fold right away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now this guy is the tight guy, and he just raised it to 75.
Yep. So earlier, like you had mentioned, talk about some of these HUD stats and these terms I'm using. Well, a HUD is a heads-up display. If you use something like Poker Tracker 4, which is what I use, which is a poker tracking software, or Hold'em Manager or Hold'em Indicator, whatever you use for your various sites. I know you have, or you play on Full Flush a lot, right, Al? Do you use Hold'em Indicator for that?
No, I've never taught with it. I've never used it.
Yeah.
We have a gentleman over there. His name is Jerry DeCripney. He goes by. He's just developed a brand new system. Oh, look at that guy. Hit an 8 on the end to get a full house
Mm-hmm.
against the aces. Ooh, that hurts.
Yep.
Smarts.
So we could see though that that all-in nuts rolls is willing, even though he's a nitty player, he'll raise with those mid pairs in the later position. You know, cut off and button, of course.
As
That
he
was a cut
should.
off with the 8-8 right there.
As he should. As he should.
Yep.
You're
Yep.
absolutely right.
Nah, oh, I'm not going to say what I have.
Yeah.
I'm just going to fold. You're
Okay.
still in.
I'm folding too. I got 10-2 in the. Well, I'm not. I don't know if I'm folding if nobody raises. Of course, I'm not folding. So don't tell me your cards. But
Yeah.
anybody bet there? Now I'm folding.
Now you're folding for sure. Yeah, 10 deuce. I had a 9-7.
hmm
Easy fold in middle position like that. Oh, we got a guy posting the small blind here.
Yeah,
Oh, after he lost that with the pocket aces, he came
he
in.
broke.
Okay.
He broke down. Yeah.
Nah, I'm not going to open.
Okay. I
So,
have an.
like I was, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have an ace 6 of hearts,
Okay.
and unless somebody makes it to 75 now, I need callers for me to get in here because I'm out of position and I really don't have a good hand. So this, a lot of people would, because they got a suited ace, they think they have to play it. There's no reason for me to play this unless I get some money in the pot, because the chances of me winning or hitting an ace 6 or 2 sixes or 3 hearts is kind of slim.
Yep, it is.
They want to
But
know
if you
what
get two
they want to know
callers
what
here, it's not a bad call.
they want to know what kind of HUD you're using.
Well, I am using Poker Tracker 4 is my HUD, and it's a HUD that I've developed just myself. It's not the standard HUD.
So here it's 60,
If
65 for 185. It's 3-1. I'm out of position. The cards are not good. I think I'm a big dog here. And if I was in the small or big blind with the 25, it would cost me 50 cents. I might think about doing it, but here I'm just going to let it go.
Yeah, gotcha.
It's one of those
Um,
that iffies that a lot of people, it's a leak, they lose a lot of money. Now, certainly the cards could have rolled off and hit me, but the chances are they're not going to hit me.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right about that. And then you also have to worry about this laggy player and swiveling swine right behind you,
Sure.
who could three bet big. His current my three bet stat on him over 87 hands is 10%. So the guy three bets quite a wide range. He might see that as a good opportunity to do a good four-way squeeze there and to get these nitty players out of the pot. Actually, they're nitty, but he might not realize that they are. You know, if he's such a laggy player, he might not understand their playing style.
Right.
So he could squeeze with a lot of different cards there. And then, so your call, yeah, you're right. You're in danger of the guy waking up behind you as well.
Yeah, he takes it down. At least he got some of his money back.
A little bit. You know, I didn't see how much he came in with. I guess he's a short
$10.
stacker. I mean,
$10 is when he reloaded.
oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Okay, I'm folding also. I have 290. Even though I'm on the button, and if everybody folds me, I wouldn't even make this. It's not worth it to put in 75 cents to win 35 cents with a hand like this.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no way
I
I
agree with
play
you.
this hand.
So what were you saying? You said you had a guy at that you know who's developing a
No,
program?
he already has. His name is Jerry DeCripney. He's out of California, and he's playing over at Full Flush. He has given the software to he's Full Flush, and they're looking at it, and he's selling it different places. But the folks that are on Full Flush are using it now. On Heartbeat Poker are using it. It looks pretty good, and I don't know all the intricacies of it. But when we're off the air, I'll put you in touch with him, and maybe you guys can talk about it. He can tell you. He's a super guy, and I think he plays 42 tables at a time at Full Flush.
Jeez, 40. Full
40.
Flush has that many tables going on at once?
He plays 42 at one time. Well, sometimes it's not just Full Flush, but he plays 42 at one
Oh,
time.
gotcha. Yeah, across like 4 different clients maybe or something.
Yeah, he's got 3 big screens, and he's just He does pretty good.
Does he?
And
Okay.
it's all low
Yeah.
limit stuff, but he's good. He does a real good job.
Yeah, I can't imagine. If I played something like that, I would just be waiting for aces, kings, and queens the whole time. 42 tables. I wouldn't be able to focus on anything else. I really wouldn't.
All right, I'm folding here no matter what, so you can tell us your cards.
Okay, I've got an ace 10 off.
Okay.
I'm definitely going to defend, especially if Swiveling Swine, the lag player, decides to come in. I want to get in. I want to get involved with as many hands, or in as many hands with him as I can.
So
Miney
what do you
here.
put him on?
Well, he's kind of a tight opener. I didn't notice we were talking during that aces hand. It's 50 cents to win $1.10. Means I'm going to win 30% of the time. I'm going to call here with my ace 10 off.
Okay, I'm saying that
And
you're behind to begin with here. I'd say he's got ace jack or better, and you're behind, but we'll see.
mhm.
I think he'll bet out about $1.06, $1.10.
Yeah, probably do a two-thirds pot, huh?
He should do
Let's see
actually
if he
three
does.
quarters.
If he c bet or if he does not c bet, I'm just going to lead out on any turn. And he does. $1.01,
Hmm.
two-thirds pot. So
So what you could have done there is you could have taken it to him and let into him that dollar to see if he liked that king there or not. So in other
mm,
words, if he had jacks or queens, he may just knuckle his knees and get the hell out of here. You know, if you bet the
yeah,
so that's a way you could have won, or you give him the right to bet, and then you could have check raised him, saying that you hit something big. But you know, you had that opportunity there.
gotcha. Yeah, that's one of the things I'm trying to work on is just to find more ways to win pots as opposed to just, just hitting your hand.
Right.
And those are two good. The check raise or the donk lead out are both good ways to do it. You're right. I am folding. I won't tell you what I've got in case this guy calls, but
I have an
I'm out of
ace.
there.
I have an ace four of diamonds,
Hmm.
and you said this guy was tight to your left, so I'm
Yes.
expecting him to fold, and I'll take down the pot.
All right.
I am folding.
Okay. Oh, under the gun open from a very nitty player. Now, this guy, we were talking about some stats earlier. This guy is a 7-6, which means VPIP is 7, and VPIP is voluntary put money into the pot. He only puts money into the pot with 7% of hands. And now you can imagine what that range is. That's like sixes and better, and ace queen suited, and king queen suited, and maybe ace queen off. I mean, he's a very, very nitty player, and he
What
only opens 6% of hands, which is basically the same kind of range. So
What are you
I
doing?
am not going to be. Oh, I've got a 9-4 off. I'm not going to do
Okay.
anything. I'm not going to squeeze.
I'll
I'm
put
not
him
going to.
on pocket kings or ace king here, and
There you go.
everybody else can take whatever they want.
Hmm.
We'll see what gets close here. What do
Yeah.
you think he's got?
Well, I would put him on the same kind of range. Definitely. Tens or better is what I would put him on in such an early position. I mean, possibly just jacks are better. I
And
don't think, well, if
so
he
what do
had
you
pocket tens,
what?
I don't think he'd fold tens, and I don't think, or she, I guess, I don't think she would fold tens or just limp with tens. My guess is limping hands for this person would be nines or worse, and tens or better are an open, and ace king
How
as
about the
well.
guy
Ace
that
queen might even be a limp.
How about the guy that, or the Rakuma who called him?
Rakuma?
You put that person on a mid pair, or maybe
Well, mid pair, some kind of a suited ace or a suited connector, or even a couple of good Broadway cards.
yeah, I think
He
more.
is a 19-6, so voluntarily puts money in the pot 19% of the time, but he raises 16% of the time. So most of the time, when he comes in, it's for a raise. So the fact that he's limping here does not mean, I'm sorry, the fact that he's calling behind or just calling means that he's got a speculative hand to me. It's definitely not at the top of his range. I
I'm
think
gonna
he would
say
three bet.
something like a mid pair, like sixes, or something like a king jack suited,
Hmm.
maybe even an ace nine suited, like you said, suited ace. So we'll see.
Hmm.
Boy, this is taking a long time for this one person, Mayo kiddo, to. He's just letting the whole clock go down.
Yeah, maybe involved in another hand or whoa, disconnected. I see. When I first started playing ACR, and still I'm just getting used to it. The software is much different from what I play most of the time on Carbon, or I used to play a lot on Poker Stars. I mean, the software is so much different. The sounds are weird. The the chip sizing and the font of the chips out there. Like it's it's just really small to read. You have to really pay attention, and kind of and look at it. A lot of the other websites with the chips and the font for the bet sizing, it's often a lot bigger sizing to make it easier to read while you're at the table. So I had those kinds of issues when I first started timing down because I didn't realize it was my turn and that kind of stuff.
Well, Kimberly followed right up. She wasn't afraid of that flop, and she just won it right out. So I would think that the guy that called, a Rakuma or something like that, missed. There was a complete swing and a miss there.
Yep, yep.
All right, so I'm going to raise it up here this time, and we'll see what happens. Are you playing?
No, I am not.
Okay, I have an ace, 8 of hearts here. I got a suited ace. And for those of you that are watching this video, you can follow me on Twitch, Al Spath, one word, and up on YouTube, it's Al Spath, 2 words, and I got over 100 videos there. I hope you'll subscribe. I'm getting close to 200 subscribers now, so put me over the top. Now, Kimberly is what type of a player?
Very nitty, 8-7 over 74. So plays 8% of hands and raises 7%. So
yeah.
So players like that, as you just saw, they often fold their blinds. From your position, that wasn't a steal, of course.
No.
But I mean, they just fold their blinds so much. They're great ones to take chips from.
Okay.
Especially in tournaments when antes kick in, you want to find those players and take advantage of them. Cash games, I'm of the opinion that cash games, stealing blinds, while it can help your overall win rate and your BBs per 100, or your win rate per 100 hands, which is a common stat that people in cash games calculate how good they're doing. It's great adding those extra those extra blinds into your winnings, but I'm going to fold here. But really, it doesn't seem like it's. I was for a long time, and I still am, an MTT and an SNG player, where blinds and antes are so important to steal. But when you don't have antes and the blinds aren't increasing, stealing isn't that big of a game. How do you feel about stealing when it comes to cash games, Al?
It depends on a position, just like in real estate, location. Now I raise and I got a call from Smooth Time here. I'm not going to tell you my cards. Everybody else knows my cards here. So now I'm going to bet half the pot.
All right.
And you try to put me on a hand.
Okay. Betting half pot. I'm going to put you on an overpair. Tens, or tens are better, actually. You could even possibly have a couple of clubs right there, just leading out. Or was it ace, 9 of clubs? Okay.
So top pair.
Pair plus, top pair plus a flush draw. That was great.
Yeah.
And that's hence the half pot bet. You wanted him to continue.
Correct.
Yeah, because you had so much equity there.
Okay, what I just did a little while ago is I took your picture, which is on Skype, and I put it over onto the table. I want to ask those that are in chat, when the Twitch was running, did they see your picture on Skype? So anybody that's in the chat, let me know. That was just a test on my part. It covered up the hand that was right above me, so I couldn't leave you there, but I just wanted to show them who you were, if it works. I don't know if it does that or not because of the OBS. I don't know how it... I'm not...
So your Twitch stream, I don't have it pulled up right now. Is it on like a 5-minute delay or...
90 seconds. So we're out of the hand before they can see it.
Yeah, gotcha.
So in case somebody could come into Twitch and be at the table, which sometimes happens here. I'm looking around the table. There was one person that was in Twitch that said they were on the waiting list. I don't think they've made it in yet, but they would jump.
Well, Maya Kiddo recently joined the table. That's the only new face that we have. Could that possibly be Maya Kiddo, the Twitch person?
Yes.
I am ditching.
Yes, he's from San Jose, so that would be him. That would be probably. Let me see if he's still in. No, he left the chat here with us because he didn't want to hear nothing. And I'm 75 cents. I'm going to fold my King 10 here to that nit over there. That's good. That's Noodle, something Noodle. I can't. He has so many different names. It's hard to remember. But he's been watching my videos, and he's the one that wants to become a coach and a Twitcher. So he's sitting between us now. But he's not in. Yeah. He's not in chat. And I'm full. I'll probably be folding this Queen too, unless it's folded down to me.
Hmm. Yeah, I just well, I won't say what I have until you do fold,
Right.
until you decide.
Yeah, well, you're in.
Uh,
Yeah, I'm gonna make it. Probably 60 cents here and be enough to.
so does that often happen? Somebody in your Twitch stream will see that you're on a table and decide to join you?
And they're welcome. I always invite them in, but I tell them get out of Twitch so we can still talk openly. But
Yeah.
um, if it's a person that wants to share their hands, in other words, they'll tell us in the chat. They're not going to be playing live or seeing my cards live, so I don't have a problem with it. But I want them to be able to put their hands up in the chat here on Twitch, so that we can try to put them on hands and see what they're doing wrong or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we can learn from others.
Yeah, gotcha.
I think this guy is going to raise. Yeah, he did.
Yep, he did.
He's pretty fast in his actions, and anytime he delayed, we know he's got a hand and he's
Hmm.
trying to
Yeah.
work the slider.
Well, he's also the guy. He might not be delaying just because I'm going to fold this. It's a king 3 off. He might not be delaying because he's thinking about it. I've seen him multi-tabling 4 to 6 tables at a time.
Wow.
So it could be that he's just playing a lot of different tables.
Wow.
I mean, that's just on ACR. You know, who knows if he has other clients open at any time. Do you generally play more than one client, or do you normally stick with just one at a time?
Normally, when I broadcast, I only do one table. When I play on my own, I might have 2 tables open. I never do more than 2 tables, but if I never do like a cash and a tournament table, I usually do
Yeah.
two caches. Or if I'm in a sit and go mode or something, I might start a sit and go. Let's say at 1 o'clock, and then at 1:15 I'll start a second one. At 1:30 I'll start a third one. At 1:45 I'll start a fourth one, so that I'm progressing through the tournaments. I'm never heads up with 2 tournaments at the same time when the action gets really fast.
Mm-hmm.
So
That makes sense. Just then to Miney's raise, I had an ace-8 off in the small blind. I didn't want to play a hand like that against an open from early-ish middle position.
Mm-hmm. What do you have here?
75 off against a couple of nits. Let's do a little stealing action here. Smoothie time folds a lot to C bets. All in folds half of the time to C bets. And took it down.
See, I'm in fairly early or middle. I think I'm more middle than anything else. So, 9-player table.
Yep.
10-player table, I would probably be closer to early than I am to middle, but here I'm middle.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Interesting 3-bet. I had a hand that I was, no matter what, not going to play, so.
I got
easy
pocket
fold,
10.
but let's see,
I got
what are you going to do here?
I got pocket 10s.
Pocket 10s, okay.
Yeah, I'm putting him on not a big pair. I'm going to go with my gut here and think he's got ace king. So I'm going to call him, even though I'm out of position, and I'm hoping for no ace king on the flop.
Well, hey, an ace isn't bad on the flop when you catch a 10.
Or a 10.
You have pocket 10s, right?
That's right.
There you go.
If he got pocket queens or pocket aces, I'm crit, but I don't think he does. I said ace king.
Oh, yeah, for him, you think he has ace king, yeah. So, oh, nice. Increase the percentage of the pot to get more value out of the guy.
Yeah, I want to see that turn card, because if it would have been a jack or a king, then I got to think that he made a bigger hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's willing to come along.
I don't think he's got the diamonds. I really don't think he's got the diamonds. So
King, queen of diamonds wouldn't raise and then call?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Or
I'm gonna go with half and see if he'll pay me off, or go all in here and take the rest of my money.
Mm-hmm.
If he's got ace king, it's hard for him to lay this down.
It is, you're right.
But if he thinks I've got ace queen, he might.
Mm-hmm.
He laid it down.
Laid it down.
I
So
can't.
you're probably right about that ace king, and if this is the guy that was in the chat, he can, eventually let you know what he did have there,
Yeah, except he
or not in the
left.
chat, in the stream.
Yeah, he left the. Let me just see if he came back in or not.
And then I'm going to fold my 4-7 off here. He
Okay.
auto rebought back to a full stack $25. How do you feel about that? In general, I'm not a fan of auto rebuying. Maybe I'm too results oriented, but I just want to know where I'm at on the table and how much I'm up or down.
I always want to know where I'm at the table. So what I'd do is if I feel like my stack is down, oh, let's say it's down to 20. I might buy back for the 5 and I just mark it down over here. Now I'm in for 25. I'm in for 25 plus 5. Or I
Gotcha.
get, let's say it's a hand I get tied up in and it turns out to be like I'm at 24 and I lose $9 at 15. I'll put 10 back in on my own and I'll write down the 10. I don't want to doing it automatically all the time where I don't know how much I really lost or won.
Yeah, I feel
I
the
can't
exact
stand
same
that.
way. Well, that's a good idea, taking notes like that. Just then, I folded a queen deuce off.
And I folded a 9-4 in early position, which I should.
Yep.
I'm due for pocket kings here, so watch out.
Yeah. Oh.
Min raise under the gun from swiveling swine.
Well, I am not going to tackle this with my hand. I'll tell you what I had later.
Okay.
But let's see what you do, defending against an early position under the gun min open. You don't often see those.
I have 4-7.
Suited or off?
If it was suited, I would say suited.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, 4-7, a quarter here does not make any sense. I'm out of position
Nope.
all the way through.
I agree with you. I'm ditching this one.
I have Jack 5, and I give it to him too.
Yeah, at this table, man, I've been a little tight, a little tighter than I normally want to be. I'm playing a 14-11 game.
And what am I playing?
I have 25 hands on you. You're a 29-29.
What is that?
Which means 29% of hands you play, and all 29% you've raised.
Ooh, so that puts me as what type of player?
Well,
small sample.
You're not gonna keep that ratio. You can't. Nobody ever stays 100% the same VPIP and PFR preflop raising. So I guess that would put you as a lag player, loose aggressive. Eventually, your raising is going to go down to maybe like 20-22%. So if things stay as they are right now, you're at 29-22, which gets you right on the lag level.
Okay.
Loose aggressive.
I win a
All
lot
right,
of
now's
money.
your chance to raise my big blind.
Oh man, let me conjure up some cards here. Let me see what. Let me see if I can I call a friend or change my cards?
Absolutely. You've got 3 lifelines. Go ahead and use one up.
As I always say, you can either bluff or fold.
Yeah.
Let's see, Miami. No, he's not. Oh, it's my turn. I'm coming.
All right.
Position, position, position.
I've got a hand worth defending against a lag player.
Okay.
Do we see what Maya does. Even sweeten the pot. Nope, no sweetening of the pot for me. 50 cents. I have to win about 28-29% of the time. I call. Oh, that spells danger for you.
That's danger, yeah. It's always danger. That seeing cards like that are completely in the realm of get out of dodge time.
No good for me. Pocket 4s. Yep, that had me beat. I had 5-4 suited.
Now, am I at 31-31 now?
35-35.
Oh.
Yep. So you've seen 27 hands. And yep, 35-35. Now you folded. I've got an ace-6 off. If it comes to me, I'm gonna go ahead and raise this all in the nuts rolls again. Now this guy's in late position. He's a lag player. I do want to see some hands with him, but ace-6 off, I'm not a super big fan of. We got a nitty player behind me. I don't really expect a 3-bet squeeze from him. I'm just going to wait a hand and then play something against this swiveling swine in position. I'm not going to play with an
Okay.
ace-6 off here.
Okay, for everybody that's listening, the right play there was exactly what he did, a fold. And listen to the agony in his voice. He's got a very good,
Yeah.
he.
Yep.
Anytime you're like that, or you're marginal, if you're saying, "Man, this is a marginal hand," or I'm just out of position," just throw it away. Okay, you
Yep.
got to hand it. If you don't know what you want to do with the hand, then it's probably a hand that you shouldn't have anything to do with. Simple as that.
hmm I agree with you there.
Now this guy's going to get tired of me raising.
Yep.
See, he
Oh,
did the same thing to me last time.
came over the top. I'm ditching my
I
hand.
don't have pocket tens this time now.
Oh no. You're
Oh
even
my.
better pocket jacks, huh?
No, no, no. I got eight, seven of diamonds, and I just can't call him here. It's just if I had a pair, I might call him thinking he had big cards, but the 8-7, I'm just gonna let that one go.
Yeah.
Mm. I'd like to busted him up though,
hmm hmm
just for GPs. I'm folding.
All right. So am I. I've got a deuce-8 off. I'm not doing anything with that. Doesn't matter how loose or tight the player is who opened. I'm just not going to play. Yeah, this Rakuma's keeping his tight aggressive style. He's still 18. The stats I have him are 18-15 over 157 hands.
Woo! Out of the big blind, Kimberly comes over the top of the early
Yep.
raiser. I would put her on ace king or better here, maybe pocket queens.
Yep. Yep.
Oh, and he
I
says
agree with you.
he says I got kings or aces.
Yeah, he
He
does.
better have kings or aces, and she better have what she said. There's the queens against the kings.
Yep.
Not the smart
Yep.
thing to do.
Oh man.
She would have gotten it all in on a flop anyhow.
Yep. Oh, they both would have. You're right on the flop.
If they didn't, the ace would have chilled out both of them on the turn.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, unless he comes in, we might be losing a tag player right here if Rakuma leaves. You folded, so I'm going to come in with a king 9 offsuit.
Mm-hmm.
I've got a few nitty players to my direct left, which means and I just did. I was able to steal the button at least. So I've got position regardless of what happens here. Miney has 3-bet. I think he's 3-bet from the big blind before. I can't remember, but 11% is his 3-bet stat that I have on him. So he's a pretty aggressive guy. We'll see what he does here.
Yeah, and for
Uh,
those listening, when Sky says 11%, you don't have to get so technical in your. I mean, that's the exact range, but 10, just round it off to 10% and say, hey, 1 out of 10 times. Make it easy on yourselves. Make it easy, simple math, and you know how often the person's going to call. You don't. It's nice to have those numbers and exactly what he said and everything, but knowing that you can round it off and make life easier for you. Because I have one client that's really tied up in math, and I'm telling them don't get twisted in it. It's just you don't
yeah.
need it. You don't need it. It's good to have the math, but just round things off. You'll get a general sense from what you should do.
Yep. I agree with you there.
I got 8-3, which is a fold. You got a tough player that all in nuts made a 75 and smoothie time, which is a tough player. That doesn't compute to me. If he's both tight, smoothie time should have come over the top there. So now I would like to think that smoothie time has got a hand that is good, like pocket nines or pocket tens, and he's just wanted to see the flop.
Yeah. I agree with you there.
Now, if he comes over the top, then it could have been something like, now there's a 10. It could have been something like the jack, or it could have been something like an ace jack suited, but he should have
hmm
come over the top then.
Yeah. Now
Um,
this is a great spot for Smoothie to put in a little bluff if he has nothing. If he has the ace queen offsuit or something, it's a good
sure.
time to do it.
Okay. Light 'em up, who just sat down at the table, is also in chat.
Oh, okay.
So, but he won't see the cards or hear anything because we're 90-second delay.
Yeah, gotcha. So Maya Kiddo and Light 'em Up, two Twitch followers of yours.
Mm-hmm. Well, we won't find out.
No. Now I always have Auto Muck on, and from watching your play, it looks like you have it too. Do you ever show your hand at a table?
I do. I showed you a couple times. I
That
don't
was for.
usually show
I
though.
figured that
No,
was for the stream or
no.
for me, but I mean,
I did
do
it.
you ever do that if you're not streaming?
I only do it when I'm at a table that there seems to be a lot of money going around, and I want to show them that I just pulled off a bluff on them, or I did, so that I can get other action later on. I do it for effect only.
Gotcha.
But most of the time, no, I never show the cards. I did it this time because you were at the table, and I just, and the other guy that was at the table is not in chat with us, and I just wanted him to know that I really had a good hand. Or
Gotcha. Hey, do you
so
think Light 'em Up heard us earlier on our on your discussion when you said you always post? Oh, and then raise to feign that you got a big hand, but I guess he didn't. He just checked.
right. I think Noodle the River or Maya Kiddo is back in. He needs to tell me what he had, that hand that he went 250, that we had the Ace Queen 10 flop. If he would tell us in chat. Here, I've got Ace King. I raised. He called me. He's going to come out betting here, and I'm going to, if he didn't, I'm going to bet $2 here. If he bet there, I was going to flat him and just let him think he was ahead.
Yeah.
I mean,
So you're going $2. You don't really want him to fold, right? Were you trying to just go for max value there because there's not many draws on that board that could call, or did you put him on like a mid pair, like nines or eights that would call?
I put him on something like Queen King or something like that, but I wanted him to come over the top of me. Actually, I wanted him to think I was betting a little bit too much because he's there just to bust my chops. He's not.
Gotcha.
He's playing to try to take me down, you know. So
Yeah.
I want to make him pay to have to take me down. If I put out a smaller bet and then he comes over me for 3 times my bet, then I got to think he had the aces or he had the set or something like that. But this way, I nix him being able to do that by putting a $2 bet out there.
Yeah, I gotcha.
And he likes to. If you watched him, he's made 4 $2.50 pre-flop bets so far since he sat down.
Yeah, this all-in has folded 7 out of 7 times to steals, but I just have a terrible queen 3 off, and I've taken advantage of him twice so far, and maybe a third time he'll finally fight back. So out of position with a queen 3 off, I just ditched it.
And what is my numbers now?
32-32. Well, there's
said,
been a few hands. You were 35-35, but you haven't played for the past, I don't know, or for a few hands now. So, you know, it drops a little bit. But yeah, you're staying up there. Oh, you finally limped, huh? Called.
I did.
Not limped, called. So I see. You've got between deuces to eights is what you have. Maybe. I won't say what I have, but you've got deuces to eights in that range.
Okay.
Suited.
I wish I did have deuces to eights.
Ace 10 suited.
Light him up. That's 123.
Nice.
I got 4-5 suited, and I'm just stealing it from him.
Okay.
I didn't like his bet size.
Half pot right there, like he's trying to get value,
Didn't
or
like
trying
it.
to do a light steal. One of the two.
See, if he makes it 2/3 or 3/4, I can't do that. Now, if he comes over the top, he definitely has it. I can buy it, but he didn't put enough out there to stop me from doing what I'm doing.
Gotcha. Is that kind of standard for you, a 4x steal like that in position?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, I'm hoping he's got 10-10. He folded a winner. He had 10-10. He told me in chat here he can't wait 90 seconds. But
Yeah. No, 90 seconds is a good delay, I think. I'm hoping, oh darn, Swiveling Swine didn't get dealt.
You
I have
got
a
it.
hand worth
Yep.
calling his raise.
Mm.
I'm definitely going to pop it up here. I've got the king nine suited against all these nits. 3 to my left, all nits is a great position. I just wish I had a few more laggy players. I've got you and Swiveling Swine, but I wish I had some more laggy players to my right.
What's my numbers now?
34, 31.
Hmm. Because
So you're
that
playing 34% of the time, raising 31%.
it's pretty aggressive.
Yeah. So do you feel that that's kind of a standard play, that your play at the table today has been kind of standard?
Absolutely. All right. Anybody that's in chat would tell you right now that I've played exactly how I play when I demonstrate to them or when I'm coaching somebody. When I've got suited connectors and I'm first, I'm raising. When I've got pairs, ace king, I'm raising. I'm coming over the top of people if I don't think their bet size was correct and
Mm-hmm.
light him up didn't put a correct. If he puts out $2 and something, I don't do that. I don't do $8 to come over the top of him there. I got to believe he's got the king. I don't believe
Yeah.
he has the three because I don't think he's going to bet the three.
Yeah. Well, I just did a double barrel there. I did have top pair with a weak kicker king nine on that king high board,
Yep.
but Kimberly so far has folded. It doesn't fold off into c bet, so I just kind of took her for a non-believer, kind of sticking around a lot.
Right.
So I wasn't too worried about her pre-flop. I'm sorry, her flop call of my bet. So I figured I could still have the best hand. So I went for another bet right there, thinking that she could call with like a flush draw at the time because there were 2 diamonds on the board, or even with a. I doubt she'd call with a weaker king. If she had a king, it would be better than my king nine.
A lot
Knowing
of
her
people
nit,
that
her
call when
nittiness.
you raise from late position, if they hit middle pair or bottom pair, they stick around because they feel like you've got such a wide range there, you're going to miss a lot of times. They may just pick up the pot without improving.
Yeah, gotcha. Oh yeah, absolutely. You're right about that. That's one of the things I do. I often stick around with a 4BB open here from Maya Kiddo. I often stick around with middle pair versus late position opens, especially if I've got some kind of a redraw. I wouldn't stick around with like a Jack 7 on an A7 deuce board with no kind of flush draw or anything. Normally not stick around with that. Just depends on the player,
Mm-hmm.
Come on, light them up, fire back. Let's see. Kimberly folds, light them up, take some action.
I don't have anything here. I'm getting out with my ace deuce. Maya Kiddo didn't do 250. He went with $1 under the gun. I'm gonna put him on ace queen here, maybe pocket kings, and he should fire here against one opponent. He should fire about $1.95. Oh, he checks it.
Just checked.
You gotta just bet it.
He's got pocket eights, eights or nines,
Mm-mm-mm.
and scared of the nitty player coming in behind. Oh, but he decides to call.
I don't get it. Unless he has the ace jack or pocket jacks, and he's just got a monster.
Maybe. Oh, nice. You've got a fish on the hook, Maya Kiddo.
If he stays now, we know he's got it because he ain't staying at 222 unless he's got pocket. Like I said,
Yeah,
I
but
can
is
get
he
pocket
slow
kings.
playing? I mean, with a does he have pocket fives? I mean,
Kings.
I don't know. With a jack, you would kind
Kings.
of want to get as much value here by the river as you can. Checking, calling 2 streets. I put him on eights or nines.
Kings.
Kings, you think?
Kings.
And he's worried about Kimberly having a jack? Wow.
Good call,
Kings.
Al. Good call, Al.
Kings.
How did I get kings out of that, right?
I would have never guessed kings. My goal with kings on that flop, and I've got a nitty player calling, is to start building the pot. And then if they wake up with aggression, then you can be scared that they have a jack. But what is a nitty player going to have? Just an ace jack, right? And I don't know. But he did good. He
I
got some value out of
said,
that hand.
I said in the beginning, you always go back to the beginning. He was under the gun. He bet $1. He's been betting 250 pre-flop a lot of times and calling for 250. So now he bets $1. So I put him on a group one hand, kind of like the kings. Then he checked the flop as if to say, I'm going to give the other person a chance to see if they really have the jacks, knowing that a person wouldn't bet the jacks if they had the jack. They'd check it back. So he felt that he could just call it, and he felt confident about it. The more he went through that hand, he felt confident, other than the fact that he thought maybe Kimberly could have had the aces, I guess. But he finally put in a bet there at the end, and he got paid off. And with the queens, he did a nice job of it,
Yeah.
considering.
Yeah.
I don't know
Well,
what.
I'm going to make the call here. You're out of the hand. I've got pocket six. Is just going to do some set mining.
It's a good
Kimberly
flop.
opens, doesn't open much. I'm going to lead out for 85 cents, 2/3 pot, and comes over the top. I know I'm beat. She folds. She has ace, king, or ace, queen that she's opening with. So I'm just doing a preemptive strike here with my donk bet. Instead of check folding or check calling a bet, I'm just going to lead out now and see what she does. And I don't know if I said I had pocket sixes. I don't know if I...
Nope.
Okay.
I think she had overcards.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it around till I'm going to sit out at the big blind and call it a session. We've been on for over an hour here, and
oh wow, great.
So I think it's been great. I've enjoyed winning $11. What's my numbers now?
You are at 29.27.
All right, I'll take them numbers all day long. I think I'll be I think I'll be very profitable.
Oh yeah. No, 29.27 is great. I'm at a 16.11 are my stats. So been playing a little nitty. It feels. I'm folding here. 6 deuce spit, no good.
Sure. And before I do leave, which is a couple more hands, I want to thank everybody that came in on the live chat today, and especially those that follow me at YouTube. It's Al Spath, 2 words, and on Twitch it's Al Spath, 1 word. And I'll be also broadcasting from Heartbeat Poker pretty soon, so please follow Heartbeat Poker, all 1 word, over on Twitch, and tell a friend.
Great.
This person here.
Hey, let me just tell you, for Maya Kiddo's benefit, I just made a note on Maya Kiddo. It says, cash under the gun, 4BB open, king, king, flop, jack, jack, XXS, XXX, check, call, flop, turn, river, and I put in parentheses, scared of the knit collar behind, question mark. So now every time I play with Maya Kiddo, I'll be reading that note, and I'll be thinking of, hey, 4 big blind opens, that was king, king before. So if Maya Kiddo decides to open for 2.5 or 3 BBs, if I'm in the pot, well, I might put him or her. I'm not sure. Maya sounds like a gal, but I might put him or her on a weaker hand.
Well, everybody that knows me, you got any hand this time?
No, I do not. Well, we'll see. It's a king 9. Busy Lizzie just came in, a brand new player. Very first hand.
Yep, from the UK.
So,
she didn't know. She just came in the hand, but she's been sitting at the table watching for about 8 hands.
Yeah. Let's see what she does here. I got a king 9 offsuit, late position, 2 nits behind me. I probably can steal the button pretty easily right now. All in's gonna fold, most likely. Smoothie Time's gonna fold a small blind as well. Smoothie Time so far has been folding 80% of blinds, so that's a good sign. And then let's see what Busy Lizzie does in the very first hand. And
there you go. Way to go. Now, I have a thing in all my videos. Everybody knows no matter what I get, my aloha hand is this hand here. My last hand, I always limp. And if it's bad and somebody raises me, I throw it away. But I always play it. It's just a ritual that I have. So I'm in the hand and I'm out of the hand.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting. We've got a 5 BB open. Since the session's going to end soon, and from the outset, I said I wanted to get into hands with Swiveling Swine, I am going to call here.
Okay, I'm folding, so what do you have?
King, Queen suited.
Okay.
Oh, Got a nitty caller behind. Let's hope I flop a flush or like a nice 2 pair or something, and get some value out of these guys.
Well, what's the suit? Spades?
King, queen of diamonds.
Diamond stuff. Not even a redraw.
So a 3-8-8 is not that good. All in nuts rolls just called, so I got to put her or him on over cards. Probably not an over. Well, could call with 9s or 10s or jacks, but we'll see here. So just called. So 9s, 10s, jacks. 2 overs. I guess it could be 2 hearts as overs.
Yep.
Folds only 50% of the time. I'm just gonna check. I have 0 equity. I wish they were the other red cards if they were diamonds or hearts as opposed to diamonds. But yeah, she has, or he has overs, 9s, 10s, jacks. I don't think such a nitty player would be betting, ace king, ace queen. Well, possibly, but I'm just gonna give that one up there. Took one stab at it on the flop and didn't work.
I would have probably checked the flop, and then if all in would have bet, I would have check raised him.
Check raise instead.
And then I would have put the fear of hell in him. All right, well, that's my last hand. I'm going to end this session. I thank everybody. I especially thank my special guest here from California, Sky. Thank you so much for being with me. I'll make this available up on YouTube, and I'll send you a copy so you have it for yourself.
Awesome. Thank you much, Al. I really appreciate it.
Super job. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you all later on.